Right. So far we have discussed about different types of food components like carbohydrates, proteins and fats, right? So now here we have some questions. We try to answer these questions, right? So here are some questions. What are they? See, everyone have their own favorite food, right? Everyone have their own favorite food. As I do have favorite food, that is my favorite food, dosa. Right? Do you have any favorite food? Yes, everyone have favorite food, right? Someone have dosa as their favorite food, someone have idli as their favorite food, and someone like to eat biryani, and someone like to eat samosa, like that. Here also different type various food items are there. So likewise everybody, so different type of people, various people like various type of food items, right? So here, what is your favorite food item or food dish? You have to write here. That is up to you. That's your wish. So is the only favorite food sufficient for you? Why? What food do you eat every day? Okay, for example, I like dosa. Just I have said now, I like dosa. But if total day, throughout the day or every day, if I eat my only the favorite food, is it complete food? Can I get all kind of nutrients? No, I cannot fulfill the nutrients. See, what is your is the only favorite food sufficient for you? No, the only favorite food is not sufficient. Require different various food components, right? So just now we have discussed different types of food components. So that all food components we required. So when we eat it all, then we'll get enough nutrients. And this year, do we need energy when we sleep? Is it no? Is we need energy while sleeping. See, generally, in daytime, we'll do different types of activities, right? That is playing, walking, running, talking, reading, writing, etc., etc., etc. But while sleeping, we'll stop these all. Just sleeping, we won't do these all. But even though we require energy, even though we require energy, why? Why do we need energy while sleeping? We are not doing any activities, just simply we are sleeping now. Why the requirement of this energy? Is energy required even we are sleeping? Because externally we are not doing any activities, but internally the heart beating takes place, our kidneys are the filtration process takes place inside the kidney, and then the blood circulating in the body, and the digestion process takes place, everything, these all are going on. This all process or life process is going on inside the body. So to do that all, okay, heart functioning, kidney functioning, everything, this all functioning will be normal even in the night, even when you are sleeping. So that's why to perform the all internal organ functions, we require energy. Okay, so as we require energy, even we are sleeping, right? Here some more questions are there. See, suppose you don't get food for lunch, how do you feel? Suppose you don't get food for lunch, how do you feel? Dear students, when we will feel hungry more when there is a lunch time, right? So in front, after some time there is a lunch, then automatically what will happen? Automatically there are a lot of symptoms are start in our stomach. We will feel hungry. We will wait for the lunch bell, right? If we will not eat, if there is no lunch for us, what will happen? No, total energy exhausted. Total energy exhausted, we lost energy, we will become very weak, right? So that's why lunch very necessary. So we must eat food even in the lunch. If you will not eat food in the lunch time, then what happened? We'll become very weak. We lost total energy. Then if you don't get anything for more than one day, how you will feel? More than one day, if you will not eat anything, will become more weak. We cannot do anything. Total energy exhausts from our body. So no activities, every activity, any activity we cannot do. Because to do anything require energy. That energy will get from food materials only. If you will not take any food, our body will not have any energy to do anything. Right? So whole day, if you will be like that, we will feel very weak. Then if you don't get food for many days, what will happen to you? For more days, it may lead to starvation and it may lead to die. Without food, many days we cannot live. So, why should we take food? What are the components in it? We require food for different purposes, for energy, for body growth, for energy, body growth, and repairing tissues and maintain heat in the body. So these all different types of function just we have seen, right? So these all different kind of food components and their functions. So here see listing out food component just we have completed. Listing out the food components are what the food carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, fats, minerals, roughages, water, etc. These all are different kind of food components. Right here we have table. Here we have table. In this table, what are their food items? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, also got lipids, vitamins and minerals, other if any. So what we need to do here? We have to do, here we have example, milk powder. We have to go through this milk powder and whatever the food materials, sorry, food components, whatever the food components are present inside this milk powder, we need to identify, and whether they are present or not, we have to fill this table. Okay, shall we start? Right. Here milk powder. By seeing this table, you can write this. In this first one, what? Proteins. Yes. Here in the table proteins, yes. Proteins are present in the milk powder. Then carbohydrates also present as carbohydrates. Then what is this? Sugar. Yes, sir. Sugar is present in the milk powder. So is there any sugar here? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, other. What I told here sugar. Sugar means here we can write others. Right? And next one, even sugar we can write here also. Okay, this is also one kind of carbohydrate. So that's why we can write even here. Then fat content is where is fat? Here is the fat. So by this, what you can say is milk powder consists carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and some other materials. Is there any vitamins and minerals in this milk powder? No, there is no vitamins and minerals. Likewise, you also select different types of food packets and you observe this box. You can find this on the package. Okay, and the wrapper you can see this. What are the food components are present in that. So by seeing the food components, you can fill this table. Right? So that you yourself have to do. Here example milk powder. Then remaining three filled by you, right? So go to shop and buy three biscuit packets or chocolates or whatever it is your wish, any kind of food item you can buy, you can purchase from the shop and observe these food components and fill this table. Okay, right. And find and write answers to this question. See what are the components found in the biscuits, right? And what are components are more common. So by after filling this table, then you can write these all answers. What are the essential components of food? What are essential components? We have discussed carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. So these are essential food components. Why they are essential? How they are, what are their functions? As we know that. So we already know that. So beside these, water and fibers also very important. These are essential components of our food and we call them nutrients. What we call them? We call them nutrients. The components which are essential for our body, such components are called nutrients. So these components are present in food substances that can be tested easily among simple experiments. So now let us start how to identify the food components in the food materials. Let us start that. Here, confirmation of presence of food components. Confirmation of presence of food components. In this, we have to take some food materials. So, first of all, carbohydrate test. protein test, and a fat test. So to test carbohydrates, we need some vegetable like potato, and any flour or duff your wish. Potato you can take, and banana you can take. Okay, so any flour you can take. Okay, which are made by different types of cereals. Okay, so to test carbohydrates, proteins, you can test any food items which contain food proteins, like milk you can take to test the proteins. And you can take egg. Just now we had discussed egg, which is uh, protein rich food. Okay, you can take egg. Then fats means oil. We have discussed, we'll get fats from animals, we'll get fat from plants. Okay, animals and plants, right? We can take any oil, or which are the food which is made by, which is prepared by using oil. Okay, so these are different kind of food materials. So when we observe these food materials, we can find out, by you doing some say test, we can find out which food component is present in that food material. So let us start this. First one, experiment 1, test for starch. Test for starch. Here just now we have discussed it. Carbohydrates are stored in two forms, available in two forms. Starch, sugar. Okay, in the form of starch and sugar. Is it right? Here starch is nothing but carbohydrate test. So to do this, to test the starch, what we need to do, what we require, we required we required a solution, that is iodine solution. We require iodine solution, which is very important, which helps to test the find out the starch whether it is present in the food materials or not. So for that, what we have to do, take a test tube and or a cup. So in that we have to take a few drops of this iodine crystals. If it is not in liquid form, we can take crystals that make into dilute by using some water. Okay. So when we add water to these crystals, then it's converted into iodine solution. So we have to prepare that iodine solution. Then we have to take a sample of food items. Whatever the food item. Just now we have this any flour, duff, potato, banana, or whatever it is. Any food items what we want to test. So here I am taking potato. Okay, and we can take even bread also. Okay, this is a potato piece and this is a bread slice, right? So these potato, this is bread. So now I'll take this iodine. I'll take this iodine with the help of, this is called a dropper. So this is called dropper. With the help of this dropper, dropper means which helps to take the solution or add solution drop by drop. That's why we'll call this is a dropper. By using this, we can take the solution, we can add solution drop by dropper. So by with the help of this dropper, I'll take some amount of iodine solution into this dropper, and slowly I'll add one or two drops of iodine onto this potato piece. And at the same time, this iodine solution, I'll add one or two drops of iodine solution onto this bread also. So after some time you can observe, after some time we can observe, it will be spread on the potato and the bread. So the area which is spread by this iodine solution turns into blue black color. Turns into blue black color. When this blue black color indicates the starch is presence of starch. This blue black color indicates presence of starch in the potato and the bread. Okay, if this knot turns into blue black color, if this knot turns into blue black color, what happened? The starch is not present here. Is it right? So this blue black indicates starch is present in this particular food items. If this after adding iodine, this food item will not turns into blue black color. It indicates no starch is present in the food item. In this way, we can test the starch.